discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Yes, good afternoon, Fun Rising. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. Being on a Thursday, hope your week is going amazing or flowing nice and easy. It's exactly 35 minutes past 2 p.m. My apologies for being late, but better late than never. I'm here. But karibuni sana to yet another episode of the Pan-African Bliss. My name is Joby. I see Keith, you put us on all our YouTube channels. I think you clicked all our YouTube channels, which I'm not supposed to be there. I think you told me I'm not supposed to be on all our YouTube channels.
No, I never told you what's supposed to be there. I said you could do I said you could do BitChute and Rumble. Since you're not doing BitChute and Rumble, I'll put you on all three.
I've always been doing BitChute, not Rumble though.
Oh yeah, BitChute, yeah, but you can do Rumble again. Yeah, I see you, but you didn't put it on BitChute, so I put it on all three. I said you couldn't be there, Joby. I just said you wasn't there. I never said you couldn't do that. I said it's your. Remember, I said it's your choice to be on Bit. I never said you couldn't be there.
Yeah, so shout out to my BitChute fans. So today you're not gonna be having a show there. Keith decided to literally.
I didn't decide. I thought you'd already set it up. So I said she must not be doing BitChute. I seen it set up. So.
It's always all set. I just click it after I've logged in here.
So my fault. My bad.
It's okay. But karibuni sana family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. How is your week going, Mr. Newsome?
At least going by pretty slow. Shit, it's slow, guys. I know. Oh, everybody's. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Looking up. Oh, it's going by slow, guys. Shit. The money. I'm like Taji P. Henson right now. The money ain't mathing.
The money ain't
the money ain't math. Money ain't mathing, guys. Shit, it's slow out here. Man, I haven't made any real money. Shit, this whole year. It's already almost March. So, hey, I know it's tough for everybody. So that's all.
It is tough, and adding that we have really effed up system, it gets more tougher. We're going to be discussing about what is happening in Kenya. This morning we woke up to one of the markets literally being completely torn down, where people literally lost most of their businesses.
Wow! And, wait! What? Oh, wait!
Yeah.
Sure. Somebody just went and tore down a whole market where people have businesses and sell stuff.
Ruto, that is Ruto. There's just nobody. It's Ruto. Ruto woke up this morning with an order that was around 5 a.m. in the morning, where people woke up. Actually, they were going to open their markets, and they found the markets were demolished overnight. So literally,
how's he get Kenyans? We just found out that this moron then gave some more land to some Israelis.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 500,000 acres somewhere outside Nakuru or somewhere. He gave some people some land, over, and he's tearing down your Kenyans. I'm telling you, you're being invaded again. You better get the strength of the Mau Mau's when they talk to these Mau Mau things, because they're playing in your face.
Literally. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. Last week, we talked about Kenya and Somali borders being opened. And I personally I was really furious about this, because I talked about the lack of strategy of security not even being built up for the last 15 years of having this border closed. And now we have possibilities of Al-Shabaab attacks, because these are the news that actually are coming to our table this
and you know why it's open. The white masters told them to open it because they want these attacks to keep happening, keep Ruto in power. This is what's going on, guys. You got that moron Joby, like got that moron white English Kenyan lady, like it's a good thing we can trade with them. I said, lady, you and your white husband, you don't shut your mouth. You're a moron. Shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't barely even listen to that lady's content. I just met it that day, and I thought maybe, I'd forgotten the idea that she's married to a white person, and she should not be making any sense to any of us black people or African people because you're already sleeping with the enemy. So I'd already forgotten that particular part completely. So I apologize.
No, not you. I'm talking about not you, Joby. I'm talking about her. She was. This is a good thing. This is great. We can trade. So this lady's a moron. No, it's not about no trade. Trade what? Somali don't make nothing. We don't trade with them for what? They don't make anything. So the whole thing is that this is the destabilized Kenya to keep this moron in power. So he's fighting terrorism. This allowed terrorism back in the country. Like they never got rid of Al Shabaab because Al Shabaabs are them. Just like the Boko Harams and them. All these terrorist groups are the CIA and the Mossad. Israel and America. You understand that this is factual. It's not me. It's not my opinion. It's not hyperbole. This is a fact. Even they admitted it in Congress. But go ahead, Joby.
I'd love to read this quote before I share. I think I'm going to share that video and cue maybe towards the end as you understand the system, how it has kept people in a certain pattern. But this quote says, no African is arguing with Arabs about the Arab land. No African is arguing with the Asians about the Asian land. No African is arguing with Europeans about the European land. So why do we Africans have to argue with other Africans about the land? But I'd say actually at this point, we should say...
That's a true statement. But they're saying that everybody wants a piece of Africa, and you Africans have to defend. You're not arguing about their lands. You're not going to their lands, stealing their lands. You're not going to Arab countries, you're not going to Europe, stealing their land. Everybody's coming to Africa to take a piece of Africa because it's wealthy as shit. We try to teach you Africans that you're the richest continent on the planet. And you got to argue with other people with these goofy puppets, son away but this is your birthright. These lands belong to you, not some goofy ass leader and some goofy ass tribe.
So it is actually very safe to say that currently, just apart from the topic I was discussing yesterday about the old slavery and the new slavery, which we can see still being continued, we can say that literally, what's the term I wanted to use? That the argument about land has been going on for so long when it comes to the African continent itself, because again, this talks about the conference where the European powers united for the first time to steal African land.
Still African land. Yeah.
Mineral resources and the labor of Africans whose resources are still being exploited and are disunited. And we can see that happening today. An example is South Africa. We have Kenya. We have Tunisia, because I want to also talk about that. I have a video which there's this lady who actually tried to practice racism in Brazil, and I didn't know actually Brazil was one of the countries you can't play about racism.
Brazil, now Brazil's still racist. Let's see. I've been in Brazil. Understand, Brazil is a country full of black people, but that's them doing it now. Brazil's very racist. I guess they didn't want nobody outside white people coming and being racist with this. The next door country is Argentina. But don't get it twisted. Brazil is very racist, guys. It's white on top and black on the bottom. And black people, to me, are the majority in Brazil, but it's racist. Because they now stepped up and got some foreigner coming and calling them monkeys. And it's funny, they always call black people monkeys, and the ones who got the monkey genetics are them. Ain't that funny? Black people don't have monkey genetics. They do. I think Joby lights went out.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
It's my laptop tripping. But so we're going to talk about that, see how they actually faced consequences after trying to mock some black people with the baboon monkey sounds and all that type of behavior. And she ended up being arrested. And we're going to be looking at literally countries that literally, again, they belong to Africans, but these people still practice racism even to the people, the indigenous people who belong there. And we know them by names: Libya, Tunisia, Morocco, Egypt, and if you continue with the rest of the list, literally all these Arab-controlled countries, because that's what
True.
they are. It's crazy.
They're openly racist, but you have a black man tell you, these are my brothers in Allah. These are my brothers in Allah. These racist bastards who took into slavery, rape and killed. That's why these religions are so dangerous to Africans. But the Christian sanity, Allah shit. Instead of being united with your brother, you say these people that hate you are your brothers because they practice the same fake religion you do. And they're just, oh man, they're vilely racist. The Arab is vilely racist. And that's why you should have been known that your country's supposed to bend toward it before you take your ass to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, and Lebanon, supposedly become some fucking maid. That these people don't like us and they treat us like shit. Okay? You should have known that growing up. Because
Exactly. So let me start with this video. So this was in Kenya this early morning, where most of the people, and I'd say it's actually one of the also one of the biggest markets we have. It's called Githurai.
wow.
It's a whole residential area, but within the road along the, I'd say the roadside, which if this was a problem during Kibaki's time when we had the Thika superhighway being built, if this was a problem, this is actually where we can see actually this is Ruto just stealing lands and grabbing shit in the name of I want to expand or I want to do this. If this was a problem from the word go during Kibaki's time when Thika superhighway was being built, those shops or those markets would have been shut down. But why is it right now that it's tampering with the Thika superhighway? Because this is not even tampering with anyone's or the road in any sort of way, but the excuse is that they want to expand the road to where? So most of the people this morning actually have lost shops, and we're talking about many shops, businesses in the name of, and we've seen also people losing their lands in the name of having the new house projects being built so that Kenyans can be able to acquire the good Singapore lifestyle, right? That's what we've been lied to. It has led to demonstration actually this morning. You can see the tires being, they ended up actually just demonstrating because this is unexplainable. As much as there was a notice given of 5 days, people are still questioning how comes the fact that we already have a super highway and for 10 years, these markets have been existing. Why is it that it's a problem right now?
The smoke wasn't just from burning tires, it was political. By 2 p.m. on February 18, 2026, Thika Superhighway, Nairobi's economic artery, had become a battlefield. Githurai 45, that restless commercial hive between Kahawa West and Roysambu, erupted. Tires burned. Tear gas thickened the air. Matatu froze mid-lane. Youths shouted not just at police, but at the state itself. Between coughs of tear gas and sirens, a chant cut through the chaos. Ruto must go. This was no ordinary eviction.
Abomoe asibomoe, one time. Atufukuze asitufukuze, one time. Lakini akaya kijua, ini get ya Mount Kenya.
And guys, pause. I want you guys to know the Huru family's behind this as well. You got to, because they haven't come out and said Ruto must go. They're supposed to have power in the country. If the country's corrupt, they back it. So understand, when you think the Huru family's against them, they're not. That's why their mouth is shut. So this is the white people keeping this moron in power and the African other morons in power. Because if he was that bad, which he is, you have the other power dynamics of the country forming against him. And they'd be outspoken to get rid of his ass. That's why you never seen the other power dynamics and all these other African countries don't exist. Because they all answer to the white man behind the back. And I'm talking about the cats with the hats. That white man. Okay? That's who they answer to behind the scenes. That's why Ruto has had no real opposition except for the youth in the country. Go ahead, Joe.
So literally people are saying, these are one of the women whose markets was demolished. She's saying whether he wants to take over the markets, the regions, he must step down. We're tired of this man. And even this morning, we had one among the youths. I shared, I think, his video on Monday, who was mobilizing the youths because, of course, this is about money again. They must use money, number one, to mobilize the people. They can't just actually have people gather up and people listening to them without having them being stoned or having shoes being thrown at, like we saw last time. People were throwing shoes at Ruto and all that. They're scared of that. So they must use the money scamming scheme right now, because it's campaign season, for them to actually mobilize the youth. And what people have actually openly said is, we're gonna turn up again. This is our money you've been stealing. So why shouldn't I turn up to come take my money? I'm just taking my money back in my pocket. I'm going to feed myself because you've refused to feed us. So yes, we'll turn up to take the money, but you must step down. You must go. The youth who was on the street today actually was beaten by the people. He was told, you said you're out here supporting Ruto, while during the 2024 demonstration, you are one among the ringleaders we trusted for you to guide us, literally when we were marching all the way to the State House. And then you were bought out with a few changes of breadcrumbs, and now you're supporting Ruto. We don't see
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
His
What are
name
you
is
talking about?
Well, one among the youths who was actually leading the demonstrations in 2024.
Of course, they bought them up. That's how. Sell enough the character of Africans. We give, like the lead, you give them some breadcrumbs, they're switching. You always got some bootlick, handkerchief head nigga. Africans, sadly, in America, in Africa, everywhere, you always get a sellout nigga, always.
So today he was chased out of the streets of town, told you gotta go. You, Ruto, follow him. We don't want to see you here because it's gonna be a death note for you. Like literally, we're warning you.
Good.
And this is
that's what's supposed to have been done.
And in Kenya, I'd say right now it's really getting very scary for anyone actually who is a thief at this particular point or siding with the government. You're not the very, very it's like you're not.
I hate to tell you, that's where it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. So that means Kenyans are now holding people accountable for your actions. You get that?
Thieves are being stoned down. Like yesterday, we had a number of 5 police officers who are linked to a bank robbery, and they were beaten to death by the public people.
Wait! 5 police were 5 police that got caught robbing a bank.
Yes, and they were beaten by the people, not even by other police officers, but by the people. Like
how they get that? Hey, these police must have been bad bank robbers. They just go and try to rob the bank and run out.
That was in Kisumu. Kisumu has been actually one of the places would say the matters of insecurity have risen, and this is actually being conducted by police officers. They are going around using their guns, threatening people, breaking into shops. You give them all your money, they take shopping away. They have cars walking around and motorbike people who can help them do this.
It's criminal. So the police in Kisumu is now a criminal gang because they're not being paid, and there's lawlessness. So that's really crazy. Thank you. We'll be going to Kisumu.
Bomoe si bomoe ni one time. Na tupembeleza ni ndio si bomoe. Mwambie kesho asubuhi aweke chini lakini ni one time.
Let us rewind. On February 9th, the Kenyan National Highways Authority (KENHA) issued a 7-day notice. All roadside traders along sections of Thika Road, Githurai, Roysambu were ordered to vacate the road reserve. The reason?
What I hate about this is lack of strategy. I really hate it. This is why I love Ibrahim Traore, and I keep on insisting on strategy. Why would you literally demolish people's shops and you don't have a backup strategy?
Where to go? So that's it. So what Joby's saying, and Joby's not explaining. Joby's saying so. Even Traore, there was shops out the road that even Traore didn't want them anymore because Africa looks always chaotic, right? Looks same way Rwanda don't allow that shit either. So he wants to make the country more modern and established, organized. So what he did, he said, look, at these shops, by these unconventional shops, we're going to tear down. Guys, we're going to build you really good shops over here that are away from the road that are organized. The government's going to build them and give them to you. Since we're going to tear down these other ones, we're going to give you a place to go. So that's what Joby means, strategize. You're not tearing nobody's shit down and giving them nothing. So even Traore told them, all these shops by the road are dangerous, and what we want to do is we're going to tear these down, but we're going to give you new shops to go to. Go ahead, Jim.
Because of lack of also employment, most of the people would find it to, start up maybe any business on this kind of shops that are being demolished. We call them vibanda, right? Vibanda, like literally just bricks, not bricks, wood made type of shops.
Yeah, see,
This
see when you're out there, when you're out there. So this means when this same thing was asking, could we build things like this in America? No, you can. They're called zoning rights. And since Africa, these morons who came into power like a Joe Money, they don't know. They didn't know how to run countries, guys. That's why Africa, you go Africa, it's all chaotic and shit. Not Kenya, Africa, Nigeria, God, it's all chaotic because these motherfuckers didn't know how to build countries. So it's all chaotic. Shit built here, got Quebec, this shit just built haphazardly. You're not supposed to allow shit to be built haphazardly. You're supposed to have zoning laws. Okay, you can only build this here. You can only build churches here. You can only build business here. That means zoning rights mean it's got to be a certain zone, certain business it can go to. So that's the one thing about Kagame. You won't find none of this shit in Rwanda. It's organized. So that's what. See, but since they don't care, and I'm telling you, the UN came into Kenya, and white people don't like this. That's why it's getting torn down. You better understand this. It's always white people like, oh, look at this old raggedy looking ass shit. It's all in the road, and you got to get rid of this shit, Bruto. And so they'll come down, tear it down, right? Because it is unorganized and it's probably unsafe. But if you're going to do that, and that's good, you build something for the people. But since everybody's a crook, they don't want to build shit. They want to tear your shit down. So now you let people without their livelihoods. They still got bills to pay. How they gonna survive? So you leave people out there butt naked with nothing.
So this has been going on for so long. This is what we're talking about again, like you said, organize. I'll call it literally organizing, because what I've seen with Africans, just like a good example, one of our biggest second-hand cloth market, and where most of the people get the clothes to start maybe businesses, even handbags, belts, anything you can find there, toys, shoes, those are second-hand shit, not brand new shit. Second-hand shit, that is Gekomba market, which we keep on speaking about every single time. Most of the times you'll find the government, again, they try to burn the market down because someone wants to take control of that whole market and control the people, literally. But the people have refused because it's supposed to be a free space, not being owned by the government.
Free. He says Puritan. Actually, it's not a hellhole over there. We're just showing some bad things, and that there's no reason for them to flee. You're about to find out. It's really sad for my Black Americans. You guys are about to find out how fucked up shit about to be for you. And I'm Black American, right? Family goes back to the 1600s here. You're about to find out how bad shit's about to be. You guys, so you guys are morons, and you're my people. You're stupid. Most of you FBA, most of you dumb. You're stupid. Never been anywhere. Most of you never been outside your state. Most of you motherfuckers have never left your state. Can you imagine that? You guys have never even left your fucking state. You have 50 states. You ain't never been in number one, let alone your county. Okay, and let me explain something to you. As you argue with other Africans and blah blah blah, Africa is the future. I'm about to make this awfully clear for you guys. That's why jobs are being lost in America. The job market is fucked up. It's gonna get more fucked up. And since you have no power here, being Black like me, you have no power. So a lot of you gonna end up homeless and fucked up. Remember, they're criminalizing homelessness in America, right? So you don't have any jobs, and so since you're gonna be on the street, they're gonna lock your Black ass up. Have you doing slave labor? That's what these evil motherfuckers got in mind. So so you want to export your what? Your filth from Kenya?
That's simple. I don't know what problem we have with Seppo. Seppo, do you have a problem with you? I think that's Seppo. Do I have a problem, or do you have a problem with me? What's up?
I don't think that's Seppo. You think that's Seppo?
Whoever this is, he always talks or she talks shit on my show every single time.
That's a Black American talking. I don't know what it is.
I was talking about South Africa. Then he commented. better not bring your shit to South Africa. Literally.
Well, hey, you ain't got to worry about South Africa. South Africa's being taken over by the cats with the hats again. They come back in. South Africa's gonna be fucked up. They already come back in Cape Town, putting walls up, taking it over. So I hope he's not South African. South Africa's always gonna be gone because they love the white man's penis all in their mouth. So
I think he is, because I was talking about South Africa. That was last week, and he came talking a whole bunch of shit, like literally. But it is much love to you, literally. I'm not.
I don't think that's Temple, though, Joe. Maybe another South African, but I don't think that's Temple.
It is sad to you. Welcome to Blackout.
We're going, Joe.
I'm saying literally, when it comes to organizing, it would be easy for Kenyans actually, or Africans to actually how do I say, cope up with if we had markets being organized. Like, let's say what is happening with the shops being demolished, and the government had say we're gonna move this to here, and in case you've been looking for this kind of, you've been shopping here, now this is where the market is going to be. And I was trying to give a good example with Gikomba.
Exactly.
For us, if you want to go get cheap clothes, second-hand clothes, handbags, belts, whatever, anything to start a business, go to the Gikomba market, because that's where the white people's literally all shit literally is dropped there. And people know that. People literally have to march. You'll walk from Rongai, not walk from Rongai, but take a bus from Rongai all the way to Gikomba, because you know, due to the organization that has been set up there, this is where you're supposed to get this. The same thing, if you're moving people from Githurai and you're setting them up in somewhere in CBD, in town, or I don't know where, people will still cope up with that, because it's a whole organized and strategized, project. Just now you're taking people's shop. People don't know where they're supposed to be starting. And that's why I want to give another good example, because this now leads, after they do this, most of the people will end up setting the businesses now on the footbridges, literally, which also today they have told people who are now hawking on the footbridge to get out of there. But you don't have strategy.
They're gonna tell me to get out, because that's dangerous. You can't have shit on the bridges and shit like that. It's unorganized. So they go, but the problem is poverty. So and not having a lack of jobs. So people trying to just get in where they fit in. We understand you're trying to make it organized. You're right, because like they said, it's the new Singapore. But did I lose Job again? Is this the camera?
I'm here.
Okay. So they're trying to make it this new thing. See, shit like this in Singapore will not be tolerated. You're not gonna have nothing like this at all. The chaos. Singapore don't tolerate nothing like this. That's what they want, because you're not having an open selling in no Singapore. Nowhere. Nobody's selling shit on the street. Nowhere. Won't be tolerated. You'll be locked up. But Singapore created jobs, right, for people. Problem with Africa, why it's like that, it's disorganized, because there has been any jobs. That's why you find the same thing in Ghana, same thing in Nigeria. These open, what they call open air markets, just shit everywhere. So that's what people gonna have. They say Africa's full of chaos. Not chaotic. It's not chaotic. It's poverty.
And that's why, again, it makes sense why they like these old, non-thinking, almost dying people to become leaders, literally.
Of course.
Because I can critically think, and with my critical thinking, again, I need to have a strategy if I'm doing this kind of thing. Why I'm moving people from here?
Well, you care. There's a difference between, it's not that they got it straight. So you're saying something because you care, Joe. They don't give a shit. They want. So it's different between not being critical thinking. They don't care. They're evil. You're mixing critical thinking with being evil. What they're doing is evil. Go ahead.
If we go back to the Epstein files a little bit, and if all these puppets, leaders are all involved in it, and they have to do, like, a good example of what that teacher you made me share his video last week, I've already forgotten his name. The guy who was explaining about, he was tested to literally eat an arm so that if he was ready to conceive the truth about the same thing. I believe there's some rituals also these African puppets also have to do, which makes them heartless, literally this way, because you've gone through some really traumatizing diabolic shit experience become who you are, and that leads to literally animosity. I believe so. Literally, it leads to the fact that you're able to open cut a child alive and do all those kind of crazy things. What can you do? Literally, that's why the test comes from. But looking at still Kenya, we have our TikTok, which they're looking for to shut it down. That is in Kenya, and this is because of election. But people are complaining. We have the MPs who have actually rejected the move. They're asking, why are you trying to shut down TikTok? Is it because you're headed towards election, or is it because you want to protect your interests? But the same members of parliament, we can't trust them, because these are the same people who didn't support Kenyans when we needed them. The majority of them, literally, they were traitors. They supported the reject finance bill that the Kenyans, majority of the Kenyans died in 2024 in the street demonstrating about. Only a few stood up with the Kenyans. So we can't trust the same people as much as they're doing this. Again, it could be for the props of the media. Again, to always make Africans or Kenyans or majority of the people to think shit is actually working. The system actually does care about the people, but it doesn't. It was just last year in 2025 or the end where I talked about over 500,000 videos being taken down. That is immediately where we saw the US being involved on taking control of TikTok, right? And then yesterday or on Tuesday, I talked about over 580,000 videos, including the ones I was looking for on Monday of the protest, not the protest, but the gathering that happened on Sunday. And people were shot, and still we're not told how many number of people died till right now by the mainstream media. And you can't find any video of the people who talked about it. 580,000 videos were taken down on Monday just because they want to control and censor what people are saying right now. But the hashtag, again, I love the spirit of Kenyans personally. People are printing T-shirts of saying we're not going to forget. And with the images of the people who died, how the police were using brutality, Ruto calling us terrorists, like literally a whole, it's T-shirts with the images of everything that happened in 2024. And I love it. We're not going to forget. And Ruto, trust me, you must go. Unless literally the fact that you've opened the borders because you want to cause unrest in the country, I believe this could be the reason, because Kenyans are literally defeating you. It's beyond you. It's beyond the white people, I believe, at this particular point. And they're looking for a way how they can control now the masses, because it's getting overboard. You can't control people anymore. You're coming to places. Ruto has gone to like now 3 places where he's being kicked out by Stones, by literally being told, get out. We don't want you here. We don't want to listen to anything to do with you. From Thika town, I can confirm that he was in Thika on Sunday and he was kicked out. He was told, get the fuck out. We're not going to listen to you. And the same pattern is continuing because people are tired. People are tired of how you're making the lives harder. Keep on taking loans. You're giving the Israelites land. You're giving the UAE massive land. The British colonial system still controls massive acres of our country.
Of course, that's why they want to get out their land, not him. That's why they're giving out all this land to other white folks. That's what it's about.
And if we don't regulate these social media platforms, we have that national duty.
And they need to regulate. Told you, control the narrative, because they're all crooks. They're all crooks. So they know people talking openly. See, now they upset because now Africans are starting to become too smart, so they need to shut down these. See, they need to control the narrative because the news is lying. Nobody, the youth don't look at the news. That's their parents used to look at that goofy shit. The youth are not looking at. The youth are talking to each other on social media, and so they know they're all corrupt. They need to get rid of social media, and because they're all corrupt. They're all in the pocket of the white man. So we need to shut down social media. It should say that same thing Museveni did in Uganda. Same thing. Same thing the guy's doing in Gabon because he didn't do it. He's been in 3 years, ain't done shit. Now he's saying we're gonna shut down TikTok and Instagram and whatever shit he's talking about. Shut down because they said they got to get rid of his puppet ass. That that fake cool ass Gabon. He's shutting down all the social media because they talking about getting rid of his ass. See, so what Joby was doing yesterday, they showed doing that video. They were showing the energy is changing. But I was trying to explain, energy is changing in the age of Aquarius and knowledge and knowing shit. They're not going to be able to. That's why I tell you, they won't be able to stop this. And like I said, the kids are being born now 20 years. Your parents are going to get this work if they don't get their mind right. And all you leaders are going to get this work. You're going to get this. That's coming. You're going to get this work. You're going to get this work. Yeah. I'm be old. I'm going to say, hey, it ain't me. Don't burn my shit down. Go get them.
Yeah, because if you look at, I wish I can share the videos of TikTok, but it's a bunch of them. Again, on Twitter is banning. Twitter Kenya is banning as well. The hashtags of Ruto's killings in 2024, 2025 demonstrations are back up. The 2007 cases are being literally again being brought up. Everything is being doing before even him becoming a president. Everything is being literally alive again and being talked about. And Ruto must go. We're dealing with a very evil person. We're literally dealing with a
He's evil.
Bad person here. This is an animal, literally, and who is not even hiding at all. This is not even Kibaki type of or Uhuru. You know, people love Uhuru as much as people don't know Uhuru was also corrupt because
they don't know it. Exactly. He wasn't completely in your face. He's behind the scene because they didn't need him to be in the face. But now the scramble for Africa is really high again. So they need a Ruto, not a Uhuru right now. They need a Ruto to be brutal.
Yep.
The content that is on all social media platforms, including TikTok, Honorable Speaker.
Is President William Ruto afraid of TikTok? See, MPs are pushing to regulate the platform, citing moral concerns. But let's
moral concern. It's like moral concern. It's always about moral. No, it's about them being corrupt and youth can talk. That's why Africans are going to start building your own social media platforms because they're scared of you talking to one another because Africa can't be saved as far as the corruption. That's why I said 20 years, all these people are going to get bubble gum. That's coming. That's coming.
I say that. I say this is where now Africans is going to get to a point whether we like it or not. And again, if we did have working institutions, it would be a very easy discussion for countries to have. Exactly. Sit down countries, see how the US actually again because this goes back to the America, whatever this system, the people who created all these platforms, right? I'm gonna use America as an example. So it would have been very easy for us to understand how these people actually are monitoring us. They want us to control information that doesn't lead back to their system, which is this system controls Africa again. When will we ever realize that? Where you need to have people or use the youths. We have really skilled young people. Use the youths. Come up with platforms that you can regulate. You can control information. You don't need a white man dictating to you what you need to do. Oh, but we can do that.
The protests that shook the government. Now, with 2027 approaching,
exactly.
Safety measure.
You know, you've been talking about 70 now. You've been dictating. You got to shut down the internet. Same like Saluhu did. You got to shut this internet down. You got to shut it down so they can't talk to one another. You know, you got to shut down, Ruto. Then you can explain why you won. They say, you know, on the internet they can put out there. They know you ain't win no real election. It's like they know Museveni didn't win no election. And while you got Bobby Wine, they snuck out the country. He's in Switzerland. I thought you guys were going. I thought Museveni and Captain Crunch was going to go against the West if they snuck Bobby Wine out the country. You know you ain't gonna say nothing because he's the new puppet.
So the youth vote.
My law lecturer taught me to always look for the devil in the details. And I do ask myself, why now? What is the rationale behind it?
The elections.
How extensive will these regulations be? Will they be used to stifle dissent?
On February 17th, the National Assembly held a motion to consider a petition regarding the regulation of the app, and they brought in receipts. MPs cited the need to protect minors and youths from harmful content, fears of addiction and excessive screen time leading to reduced self-control.
They don't care. They don't care about that. Look, you got open sex trafficking in Kenya. Open. With white people running around Kenya, sex trafficking them all in Mumbai. Just open. Don't give a fuck about no youth or no people. They don't give a fuck. Kenya's one of the worst. At least Ghana, their MP said they're going to go get that Russia. You know, Russia doesn't extradite its citizens to be harmed. But Ghana said we're going to put a warrant out if he leaves Russia. Whoever country goes in, they got an extradition law with us. They're going to arrest his ass and bring him back to Ghana. We're going to lock his ass up. That ain't been done in Kenya. Kenya's been all known for open sex trafficking. Sorry. So they're not protecting no kids. They don't give a shit about no kids.
Exactly. And if they did, because remember we had the case that was in 2024 or early 2025, Mark Zuckerberg being held accountable for, of course, being in control of Meta.
Meta, that Facebook nonsense.
We tried to control this. We tried to ensure they didn't. They did not try to. This was openly where children were exposed to any sorts of images. I know it's many times where you go, especially Facebook. That's why personally I'd say I deleted my old Facebook account because it got crazy. You'd be scrolling through Facebook, you find some really, really disturbing images, unfiltered and not censored, literally. So if it's protecting children, you should have done it. Not even children, but the community or people from a very long time.
This is the same fake excuse they use. America, they won't use to protect the children because we don't give a shit about no children. They'll say, oh, we're protecting your data from evil Chinese people from getting your data. You know, that's a lie. You know, it's about controlling narratives, guys. Make sure you can't talk back and forth and explain all the wicked shit they do. All these governments are really insolvent. All these governments do not have the right to rule. They're all evil, especially in Africa. You only got 3 good governments, and that's Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. All other African governments are criminal and evil. See, that is a criminal, they're evil. Go ahead.
It's about data privacy, especially for minors.
See, those are data privacy.
What, who is accessing it, and why Kenyans has little control over the platform.
Because under the speaker,
they were about a platform where they're giving land to foreigners. What? This is all fake. They're all bought up. I'm worried about an app that exists on a phone, but not worried about real tangible shit like land that I'm giving away to foreigners. Get out of it. See, they're all corrupt. They're all fucked up.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But moving away from that, I'm not going to dwell on TikTok. Literally, it's up to them, whatever they're going to do. We know at the end of the day, Kenya does not even control the platform itself. So if the order is coming from the people who really own the platform, they're still going to do it, whether we like it or not. It's not an option. And we know that. We have in Gabon yesterday, literally, they shut down all the social medias.
That's what I said. I told you Gabon is shut down there because the people have been talking. It's been 3 years since that fake coup, Ali Bongo coup, whatever his name, and his cousin took over. And the people saying, hey, ain't shit changed. It's the same because that was a fake coup, Gabon. I know you're stupid. That was a fake coup. Wasn't real. Sponsored by the French because I know you hated Ali, so he put his cousin in there. It's a fake coup. So now in 3 years, he said, well, why we ain't getting the same shit Burkina Faso? That's what they put on in Gabon. Why we not doing like it? Because your coup is fake. Your man's controlled by France. It ain't shit changed. It's a fake coup.
John Mosquito asked that question again because it's not actually comments to relate to the topic. It's a comment of I don't know. It's whoever. Shout out to you, man. You got so much energy. Keep on typing. But anyway, we have. How are you? Man, you got so much energy for me. It's not even nothing to do with the topic. It's me, literally. But we have literally last week where I talked about the Kenya-Somali border. That was on Friday. And personally, I was really mad about this because I believe African countries, all of us as a whole, we've faced terror attacks in different sort of ways. And if we were serious about maybe how we can, if it's about the borders or dealing with terrorism, again, if the African Union was a working organization or board, African countries have sat down, talked about how we can tackle or come a strategy or strong military defense.
You would have came together, Joby, and wiped out the terrorists as one military. You would have done that shit quickly.
Exactly. So 15 years down the line, Kenya has not come up with any program or project on how we can actually we don't even have strong military defense forces. The KDF itself is very weak. they choose whoever can control even the KDF itself. We had last year, 2024, where they killed the general, literally, of the Kenya Defense Forces. It was
not kidding. All African countries got don't have a real military. So on purpose. It's on purpose. All African countries have no real military on purpose. Good.
It's crazy. So we're saying that the major terror attack has foiled, where the plans of the terrorist group Al-Shabaab to kill many Kenyans in Nairobi have once again been foiled by the intelligence agency. Months of surveillance and covert intelligence gathering on the terror network operating within the Dadaab refugee camps.
Let's ask the question. What are Al-Shabaab's goals? What do they want, Joby? What do they want? What are their goals?
Number one, the gold is, of course, in majority places of Kenya. But I know about the oil. Number one, I'd say the oil, which is in the northern parts of Kenya. That's where we had the last worst attack by the Al-Shabaab. That is in Garissa region.
So them killing people, how's they going to get them the oil? I'm asking a question because Kenya as a country is not going to just give the oil to terrorists. I'm saying, what is the terrorist objective? I mean, how are you going to get the oil by killing innocent people?
I feel like this goes back to the discussion we had last year. Rigathi Gachagua himself said, allegedly, that Ruto had a secret meeting with that was with the RSF leader. Remember, we talked about that.
RSF is those are guys that's in Sudan. So listen, he's right. All these terrorist groups are sponsored by the West. RSF in Sudan is fucking up Sudan, sponsored by the West and the UAE. So just like Al-Shabaab, these are Western created terrorists. Because they don't got no money. How's everybody getting fed and getting guns, getting weapons? So this is to cause destabilization in Africa on purpose. Because what is their objective? Just to run around killing people? What do they do? What do they want? What's the objective? We just want to run around kill people?
Yeah, Gachagua said Ruto met secretly with the RSF group leader, and then we had also the previous president of DRC Congo was also in Kenya, and he's one among the accused of course, America, how they're gonna come with this, or the other countries.
Causing terrorists. Yeah, that was the guy that they threw out of power. He's probably one of those terrorist groups in the Congo, which he is, and. But it ain't funny. All these terrorist people never get convicted. Where's the world court at? The ICC and the ICJ? No, because they only convict people that don't go along with their program. They'll never convict their terrorists. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so he was seen in Kenya, and of course, Ruto said that in case what Ruto is trying to do is that was in July, August. He said Ruto is going to bring back war in Kenya, so he can postpone elections because he can see he's defeated, he's unpopular. Literally, he has no numbers of people who like him. He has to use money to
exactly. Nobody likes him, so but then that's the case. If you had a real, like I said, if the Hurus were real, they could come in and stop it because they know he's about to set up a war. And since they're beloved in the country, they can come and say, "This you need to step down." And they can go out and tell the people, "Hey, don't vote for him." Why did I say? And they could have went out and just told the people, "Hey, he's not credible. He's a criminal president. Don't vote for him." Why haven't they came out and said that? Because they're controlled.
Maybe they will. So literally, what could happen?
They should have been saying it now, Joby. Don't they should have been saying it now.
What could happen is that if there's literally unrest in some parts of the country, it can lead to literally postponement of the election. The same way we saw Uganda doing when we had Kenyans going all the way trying to vote over there, and then Uganda had to literally change the dates of the election to January 2026, which happened, and is now keeping people all detained with guns and military people all on the roads and everything. But they're saying, months of surveillance and covert intelligence gathering on the terror network operating within the Dadaab refugee camps led to the recovery of arms and ammunition, including 600 bullets, pistols, grenades, explosives, and drugs, all destined for target in Nairobi. And the terrorists who had planned to carry out the attack during the month of Ramadan were also exploring possibilities of kidnapping foreigners and hijacking vehicles. Nairobi remains safe because of the brave young men and women in our society agency who spend long hours tracking down dangerous terrorists and criminals. So that is actually what is happening, but it could get worse. That is just some hints, but I believe this is going to happen. The fact that 15 years of closing down a border and you've not come up with any proper security system.
Any solution? Exactly. No. Exactly. Exactly. So critically thinking, Jimmy, why would you open? What is the purpose for opening up the border now? Why?
You know, his excuse was we're going to be Somali, we can't trade anything but hunger. Somali has nothing.
That's
and
it's not that.
I'm not gonna lie, it's just the truth. These people are so skinny, like literally they gain health after they move to other countries because they can now
eat. They can now eat.
There's no water, there is no roads, there is nothing going on in that country but just a dry land full of animals dying.
Exactly. So that's why exactly what you asked the question. Why now? Why open them? So you know it's not for trade. They don't got shit to trade. So why now? It's to destabilize the country and allow terrorists to come in and cause destabilization. That's what it's about.
Exactly. Let's listen to this Somalian. Of course, they always have something to say, even when it has nothing to it is nothing to do with you. We don't want you talking about the Kenyan politics anymore. At this point, Somalians need to shut the F up when it comes to the Kenyan politics. You go handle what is happening in your country. Go deal with your presidents. Go talk about the Somaliland and Somali being divided. That is what should be concerning you right now. Kenya has nothing to do with you. Again, I hate to say it, you are refugees, but yes, you are. I hate to say it, but you are. The fact that you don't know how to sit and with your neighbors, you want to come and just invade the whole house. I'm sorry, you're going to leave my house. You're not going to come in my house and just invade the whole house. I own the house, not you.
So the Kenyan-Somali border is set to be open, like inafunguliwa in April. Initially, I thought, yeah, fake news, like this cannot be real. In a Wongo.
Kenyans, dear Kenyans, the Kenya-Somalia border, the Kenya-Somali border, which was closed 15 years ago because of insecurity issues,
exactly,
will be formally reopened
in
April this year. Si mimi nimesema, si nani amesema Kasongo. Do you remember the case of the 5 abducted chiefs? Ilikuwa kipindi. Niliwaambia ilikuwa kipindi. Do you remember nikiwaambia there is an alleged plot to rig election in 2027?
Yep.
Do you remember me telling you that there is likelihood ya kutumia militia in 2027?
Yes.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
That's how they do it.
The border imefunguliwa. The reason anapatiana ni gani? Ati alipatia watu wa northeastern nini vijana what do we call it, Nyota Fund, ati they cannot do business. Hiyo border ikiwa imefunguliwa.
Bullshit. Bullshit. So there's this trust, there's this again loans is given out, which is called the Nyota Fund. So when Ruto became a president, remember we had the Hustler Fund. Yep, which he told people this is money we're gonna be giving out to people, not as a loan, as a capital for you to start up any business you want. This is the same thing but a different name. Now it's called Nyota Fund. If you have a business idea, anything you'd like to start up, just request for what amount of funds do you want. But remember, you're gonna pay it back. You're gonna pay it back. And mind you, this is your stolen funds being given to you as a loan. This is crazy. This is so crazy. So you're saying there are people, there are Somalians who have actually, how is a Somalian from Somali who doesn't have a Kenyan ID how do they have? It's like me being a Kenyan going to Uganda to try trying to go benefit from whatever Museveni is trying to offer to Ugandans. Yet I'm not Ugandan.
You're not Ugandan. Exactly.
But Museveni will say, because Joby in Kenya has actually applied to get these funds, and she's in Somali, we have to open the borders for them to. Oh my God. The way these people fool us, again, it's so in our eyes. And that's what people are tired of, because we're not children. We're not our grandparents, the people who refused to go to school. We're not those people. The generation who are told, if you don't go to school, don't go to school, the only thing we need is marriage. No, we need real information. And this is the real information you're dealing with. You're dealing with people's lives, and you're messing with people's future. Literally. You're messing with millions of people's future in the name of your own bullshit. It's crazy. But I'm going to literally wrap it up with that is Bola Tinibu, and what he had to say to Nigerians. Apparently is very sorry for not fulfilling the needs of Nigerians. But I also have this video of the lady who faced consequences in Brazil for trying to be racist. So let's hear this very quickly.
So did you guys know that racism is illegal in Brazil and can actually get you arrested? Guys, I'm about to go over one of the biggest fuck around and find out stories that you might have heard in the travel space in a while. But basically, this 29-year-old female from Argentina named Augustina.
Now pause it. Let's get context. Let's get context to this. Remember now, Algeria had a bunch of black people because they were slaves there too. But Algeria wiped out black people, erased the history, and erased them from the country. They genocided them. Argentina had a big African population. They genocided them. Okay? So that's why Algeria is openly racist. The black people there, they unalived them. Brought them in a slave, worked them to death. And as they ended slavery, they genocided these people. So that's why you find now Argentina is mostly a white country. It wasn't because it was an African slaves that built it. Once they built it, they genocided their ass. Okay, that's so understand the racism of Argentina, which is next door to Brazil. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay.
And I guess they were drinking, having a good old time. The tab came by. She was in disagreement with the amount I guess she was being charged. A dispute ended up happening. She exited the establishment and then proceeded to do monkey noises, basically calling the staff monkeys, which is considered racist.
Because that's actually, but see, in Argentina, that's normal. That's the normalized. Argentina's racist as hell, so she figured, yeah, I'm in the next country over. I'm in the next country over, so I'm in the next country over, so hell, I can do the same. Exactly. I'm just right next door. What do I know? I see white people still rule Brazil, so of course I can call you niggas monkey. Go ahead.
And so she thought she was going to get away with it. Everything was going to be cool. She was going back to Argentina, no problem. Psych. Brazil said, hell nah, we ain't standing for that. And they got her ass. They arrested her. And then on top of that, they released her on an ankle bracelet. And she has to remain in Brazil for the duration of time until they sentence her. And she could be sentenced to 2 to 5 years of imprisonment. Okay? So Brazil does not fuck around when it comes to racism, guys.
Pause that. That's not true. See, let's not get overly crazy. They do it because that's a white person come from out the country. Brazil's racist, guys. Don't think that he's saying it's true. He probably never even been to Brazil. I've been there as an African and a light-skinned African at that. So.
Light skin.
Wait, say, Joby?
You had to add the light skin part.
I'm doing that because, sadly enough, the Europeans have set up a colorism system that treats darker Africans worse than they do even lighter ones or mulattoes. So, but if you go to Brazil, you see all the black people are the ones on the bottom in poverty, in what we call the favelas. In poverty, you see all the white people on top. And if you're black, because I'm black, because I have money, in some of these areas, they don't know I'm not Brazil, and that's until I open my mouth. I think I'm just a Brazilian dude Brazilian black guy walking down the street. So me being in nice neighborhoods, I would get the funny look. I know what those looks are. I'm from America. I know what those looks are. Like, shit. Like, what are you doing here, nigga? so, yes, Brazil is still racist. Is it bad as Argentina? No. Is it bad as America? No. But is it still there? Yes, it's there. It's more subtle, but you see it in the structure of Brazil. All the white people live good. All the black people are impoverished, struggling and shit, all fucked up. You see it that way. It's structural. But go ahead, Joe.
This should be the same rule. Personally, if asked, that should be law in every, especially African country, because
it should be allowed in any African country. Racism, it's an African country. You're the majority. You shouldn't allow any. But sadly, the Africans worship these people. You're supposed to be brutal with that ass in Africa, Joby.
White people will come again with their behaviors, always behaving and treating black people everywhere.
Exactly. Exactly. Where they go. And so, not to bring this up, but back to Joby and Katie. Not to bring this up, but Joby and Katie again in Tanzania. I knew they was gonna get it. This man is in Africa, but he knows the Africans are weak, and he get to do what he wants to do. So he thought he was gonna talk to these young girls crazy and have them do crazy shit and disrespect them. And luckily, I talked to you, allow nobody to disrespect you. Yeah. Nobody white ever. And so he wasn't used to them young black girls fighting him, because he used to them he gets to say anything he wants, talk to them crazy. I'm a white man. I'm in Africa. I'm a white man. You understand that? I'm white in Africa. I control this shit, not you. And so he got a different thing with Katie and Joby coming after. He's like, whoa, you got to get out my house.
Yeah, we were kicked out the next morning. God damn it. Yeah, he told him, give us all our balance. God damn it.
Yeah, give my money back, exactly.
You making us be eaten out here by mosquitoes in the name of you want to make a Why can't we cook inside and we pay to be inside? We didn't pay to cook outside. The hell you talking about? It's crazy. But as we wind up, we have Tinibu, who actually has said to Nigerians that he needs to be forgiven because he has sinned against Nigerians.
Oh, literally. Because he said, no, you haven't sinned. You're just evil and corrupt. Sin.
Let's listen to him.
Touch it.
Goddamn thing he's saying, but
no, now Joby can understand this shit. I can't understand the fuck he's saying.
He doesn't talk. He's always like mumbling. He's even better. Is better. Museveni, at least we can try hear some words. This one, gone.
Yeah, Museveni's 10 times better than him.
This one is so gone.
Ramadan.
Hey.
Yeah.
We know the teaching that it brings to all. So we understand, but I must retreat. The principle.
Pause this again. Now I'm telling you, now look at this. This is a whole African president.
Exactly.
That's what I'm just saying. Imagine that this is the president of an African country. You know what? We gotta invade these niggas. We gotta keep them under our foot. This is a whole president. You wouldn't put him the president of KFC. You got your fucking mind.
That guy is so old, very wrinkled, can't talk.
Nope.
There's another video circulating of
He's probably got dementia.
South Sudan or Sudan, Salva Kiir, the guy, he was walking.
Oh, no.
That guy could not, he can't even walk apart from just peeing on himself. He can barely do that. Like the bodyguards have to wait on him for him to walk, literally, because he has zero strength of walking. It's crazy. And this is crazy. How did we even get here? How did we even accept all this? It's very, very sad.
Because they kept Africans ignorant. You keep Africans ignorant, just the leadership you get. So that's why there's school fees in Africa, because you would have been over this. You know, this level of craziness is only in Africa. With a Tinibu, with a Museveni, with this goopy broad, with this with the other Equatorial Guinea, with this dude in Gabon. It's like, are you crazy? It's like, what is happening? You're like, what? All these goopy leaders, African, everybody's laughing like, these are leaders of countries?
Yeah.
Crazy.
But as we wind up, we have shout to Pharaoh. Pharaoh again. Let me go through your crazy comments.
Who has power in New York? What about NYC? You talking about New York City? I don't understand. What you live in New York City? Or what? What are you talking about? Go ahead, Joe.
Pharaoh says you want to export your filth from Kenya. Also says open borders between Kenya and Somali. Kenyans will end up in the slave markets in Libya.
Libya. He said Somali's going to kidnap him and take him to Libya and put him in the slave market.
I guess. It also says you wanted open borders, now you got them. Kenyans be $100 a pop in Libya. Al Shabaab gonna get them, gonna get their ass. Also says go ahead, do what you do best, flee elsewhere. Okay.
I don't think that's Temple. Joby thinks it's Temple. I don't think that's Temple. Never been that. I don't think that's Temple. I just don't. Temple.
But they are on my case, literally, especially being in Kenya. My case. I also say is these Kenyans want to fight. Fleeing is always on their mind. We don't even do that. We're not like Nigerians. God damn it. Nigerians are always the ones who are thinking about flying away from their country. Oh, we should say Africans at large, but Nigerians are the number one, not Kenyans. I'm sorry. Please do the data research correctly. Nigerians are everywhere, like parasites, they said. Bugs or mosquitoes, you'll find them anyway. You turn around, you hear, I beg. It's always there.
Then I beg and stand. Shit, I was with Joby the other week, last week. And one was down in, I found a Nigerian down in Albany, Georgia, guy. Albany, what the fuck is a Nigerian doing in Albany, Georgia? You guys know how random that sounds. You guys know Albany, Georgia. Albany, Georgia's in the South, in a small town. It ain't Atlanta. It's about 4 hours south of us. So he's in Albany, Georgia. What? A Nigerian? Yeah.
General Mosquito says the Somalis have card that thing they chew. That is cat, yeah? Cat. Are you saying cat?
Yeah. That's what it is.
But you leave a void which will be filled by invaders, cowards. I do agree on that. That is true, because the moment we leave, now we can see the Israelis and the other people are getting our land, literally for free, not even paying a goddamn penny. And John Mostri says, don't forget the general. Anything people don't understand, they fear. They are coward. The cowardice will stop Africans educated enough to understand why they are messed up. I do agree, we're getting there. Pharaoh also says they always say only if I can get somewhere instead of fighting cowards. Okay. John Stone says okay. Do you know how Africans have fought and died? What are you talking about? Tell him, John Mosquito. I know that's right. Also says including this girl presenting, she's always saying, if I can go somewhere, I'll do it. She's a what? When did I say that? Me, I say that if I can go somewhere, I'll do it. I didn't say that. Oh my God! For how long have you been listening to me? Like
he probably said the time you saying going on vacation that goes to travel. That's why he was missing.
I've only been to Tanzania.
That's travel. That's the travel, guy, not to live.
And I'm telling you, I'm coming to South Africa, whether you like it or not. God damn it!
I don't think that's Temple. I think I don't think that's no South African, Joe. I don't.
He told me I better not step my foot in South Africa. Last week he told me that Jabba's says fighting without understanding is pointless. I do agree. Shout out to Jibba Jabba. Why are you scared to say where you're from? He said New York City.
Okay. So New York. Okay, so New York. Okay. What part? Yeah, you can't just say New York. Where yeah, you're in Manhattan, you're in the Bronx, you're in Queens, you're in Brooklyn, you're in Staten Island. Where you at? So I get a better gauge of your poverty. That's right, Joby. You can't just say New York City to me.
John Mosquito asked him, "Do you have any power in New York City?" God damn it, let us know.
Nah,
So you can.
I ain't got no power. As soon as he tells the truth where he lives at, I know.
Or you
What
wanna,
part of the?
or you wanna flee to Pharaoh? Are you trying to flee from New York?
Yeah.
Trying to flee from
I damn sure want to flee out of New York. I want to live in New York. Expensive as hell. He probably rent somebody's basement for $2,000 a month.
Oh my God. But much love, family. That has been my time with you guys this morning. Iwaton and Shmani coming back with the BTFN countdown on our application on the radio station and, of course, on the network.
Airtime and Shimani.
Ensure you catch them up and see what's popping. But much love. Closing remarks, Mr. Newsom.
My closing remarks is family. I know it looks like Africa's in shambles, but if you're able to see things clearly, it's actually the future, guys. I mean, it's overwhelmingly the future of the world. And everybody knows that. But telling the Black Americans, you've been given so much propaganda to be anti-African. It's crazy. And when you go there, you see a bunch of white, what do you think all these white people going back into Kenya and Ghana? Now, you see all these white people flooding into Africa. What do you think that's about? You ask yourself. And the land supposedly belongs to you, but you told that you're an indigenous American about some land that you have no power over. What power are you going to have in America? I'm just asking you, as a black person, Black American, been up ever. These people not going to give you no power here. No, we don't got enough of us to fight. We're only 50 million. They're 300 million. So we don't got the numbers. And I'm not telling you to leave. I'm just telling you that, hey, I'm telling you to at least gain a connection with Africa. Don't be stupid. That's what I'm telling you to do. But because whether you like it or not, it is the future. I'm not trying to say, I'm trying to tell you it's the future. Leave your ass off. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God, shit. This guy, I don't know who to beat up, but please smile, put a smile on your face, be joyful, let your soul be joyful, Pharaoh. Please flee if you want to. It's a free world. You can flee if you want
I don't think he's from New York either, because that's why he doesn't know no boroughs. He couldn't tell me where is he from. What borough? I should have put it like that. What borough are you from? What borough? See, you just said New York City. See, most people say they're from New York City. They don't say New York City, okay? Because they'll tell you they're from Brooklyn, they're from Manhattan, Harlem, the Bronx, Staten Island. All these places are New York City. They don't say New York City. They say what part of New York City they from. Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, Manhattan, Staten Island. So I know you ain't from no fucking New York. See, New York people don't say I'm from New York. They say what part of New York I'm from.
Period. So if you're from South Africa, I'm coming, baby. Get ready. Better get ready to pick me up on that airport. Get ready. Much love. And I'm not getting a tissue, Jibba. He better get a tissue. He's the one to get a tissue over here.
Now you say you're Queen. Now you say you from Queens. Queens in the building. All right. You know, okay. I caught you, nigga.
He Googled.
I know. You know he Googled that shit.